Good afternoon, my dear students. Now I am going to describe gynecological conditions. The menstrual cycle. Already we have studied that menstrual cycle earlier, but again I will describe in short. The menstrual cycle is the cyclical pattern of ovarian hormone secretion, estrogen and progesterone. You know what are the hormones? Estrogen and progesterone. Under the control of pituitary hormones. What are the pituitary hormones? Luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone that results in thickening of the uterine endometrium, ovulation and menstruation. Cycle length varies among women. Some women have 28 days, some women have 30 days, or likewise it can be vary according to uh, persons. Phases of the menstrual cycle. Menstrual or bleeding phase. Day 1 of the cycle. Endometrial, sloughing and discharge. Post-menstrual phase. Day 4 to 5 days after period ends. Thin endometrium. Endometrium is thin. Proliferative phase. Approximately 14 days before onset of next menstrual period. Also known as pre-ovulatory or follicular phase. Estrogen increases thickness of endometrium. Includes ovulation, expulsion of ovum from ovary. Secretory phase, approximately days 16 to 23, also known as luteal phase. Corpus luteum forms and then regresses unless pregnancy occurs. Thick endometrium because of increased progesterone. Thick endometrium due to increased progesterone hormone. Premenstrual phase, days 24 to 28, levels of luteinizing hormone and FSH hormone, follicular stimulating hormone, fall because of increased levels of estrogen and progesterone. This is the cycle. Follicle phase and luteal phase. In the follicular development, in the menstruation, follicle stimulation development and follicle expulse follicle ovulation, we call it as ovulation, and then luteal phase. In this means pituitary and ovarian hormone levels we have to study. FSH hormone. FSH hormone in this follicle phase in same and on a normal level and much increase in ovulation, and then hereafter it has in normal range. And then what happened to the estrogen hormone? Estrogen hormone gradually increase in the follicular phase, and in the ovulation phase it rises up to highest level and then decreases hereafter, and certainly some amount increase and in the normal level. And then what happened to the LH hormone, luteinizing hormone? Luteinizing hormone, follicular phase normal range, and in the ovulation it also increases in the highest level, and hereafter it decrease and become normal. Okay, in these two phases include 28 days normally. Sometimes some women have more than that. Okay, this is the endometrial cycle. This is the pituitary and ovarian hormones and follicle development side. Okay, This also describe the uh, simply describe the menstrual cycle. This is the menstruation period, luteal phase and the follicular phase. This is the follicular phase and the luteal phase. In here, day 1 to day 5, uterus lining breaks down, menstruation occurs. This is the menstruation period. Day 1 to day 7, menstruation period. Then up to day 5, menstruation. Then follicular phase, uterus lining thickens again, and then hereafter ovulation phase. Ovulation occurs usually on day 14 to 18. Day 14 to 18. In the 28 days of menstrual cycle woman, day 14 ovulation occurs. Hereafter 19 to 28 days, uterus lining continues to thicken. Luteal phase. That phase is luteal. Okay. Subjective data. Explore patient's symptoms and perform a complete history to elicit important data. You have to get the details regarding patient's gynecological conditions. You have to ask about bleeding, menstrual cycle. Is it normal or normal cycle? Days. What are the days with the cycle? Likewise, you have to ask irregular bleeding. You have to ask irregular bleeding. Among menstrual cycles, are there any irregular bleeding? You have to ask. Characteristic. What is frequency, duration and amount of flow? What is the color and consistency of blood? What are the sizes of the clots? Does she pass clots? Bleeding or spotting? Heavy bleeding? Spotting between periods? Post-menopausal bleeding? Recession of the bleeding, hereafter again rise in bleeding, some women. So you have to ask postmenopausal bleeding or pain with bleeding. What was age at menarche? What was age at menopause? Likewise, you have to ask, when was your last menstrual cycle? Associated factors. What is the pregnancy and childbirth history? You have to get the details regarding pregnancy and childbirth history. Is patient sexually active? What methods of contraception is used? Is patient taking hormone replacement or hormonal contraceptives? Any other medications? Is patient obese? Is patient extremely athletic? Does patient have acne and hirsutism? Likewise, you have to ask history of tumors or malignancy. Also, very important, you have to ask regarding that also. Family history of breast, uterine, cervical, ovarian cancer. You have to ask whether there is a history with cancers in their family background, especially mothers. Significance may indicate infection of the vagina or cervix, malignancy of the vulva, vagina, cervix or uterus, benign tumor of the uterus, ovarian cyst, pregnancy, endometriosis. You have to ask all the details regarding pregnancy. Vaginal discharge. You have to ask regarding vaginal discharge. Characteristic. What is the color, amount and duration of the discharge? Any order? Are there any order in vaginal discharge? Itching or urinary symptoms, pain, fever, dyspareunia. Likewise, in sexual activity, are there any pain? Associated factors, What is the sexual history? Such as number of partners or new partner, type of sexual activity. Likewise, you have to ask. Symptoms in partner. Is barrier method of contraception used? Is patient menopausal low, postmenopausal? Likewise, you have to ask. Does patient take estrogen replacement? Recent use of antibiotics? Environmental factor change? History. History of sexually transmitted diseases, diabetes. Likewise, you have to ask regarding past history of medical history. Uh, Significance may indicate normal low pathologic discharge, vaginitis, cervicitis, human papilloma virus, herpes simplex virus, likewise virus infection. You have to ask regarding virus infections, pelvic inflammatory disease, PID or genital malignancy. Pelvic pain. What are the characteristics with pelvic pain? What is frequency, duration, severity, and location of pain? Was the onset sudden or gradual? Pelvic pain has started on the onset sudden or gradually. Gradually increase in the pelvic pain or suddenly it has happened. Uh, then what aggravates and what relieves it? What are the factors increase in that pelvic pain? And what are the relieving, what relieves it? Does it feel like heaviness in the pelvis? Weight in the pelvis? Do you feel weightness in the pelvis? Any dyspareunia, painful intercourse? Does the pain radiate? History of sexually transmitted diseases, obstetric trauma or abdominal surgery, pregnancy history and history of ectopic pregnancy, history of endometriosis or PID, pelvic inflammatory disease. Likewise, you have to ask regarding those factors. Significance may indicate condition arising from relaxed pelvic muscles, PID, endometriosis, interstitial cystitis, ectopic pregnancy, miscarriage, fibroids, cervical or uterine cancer. Physical examination. You should think about the history taking, physical examination. You have to get the details. Physical examination for a patient with a gynecologic disorder should focus on the abdomen and genitalia. Palpate the lower abdomen for masses or tenderness. If there are masses, you can palpate. Inspect the external genitalia for lesions, discharge or tissue bulging from the vagina. The nurse in a gynecologic or obstetric setting may perform a vaginal examination to obtain specimens for diagnostic studies and assess the patient's condition. See the procedure guidelines. Diagnostic tests for gynecologic disorders include various laboratory tests, radiology or imaging studies, and office or ambulatory surgery procedures. Women with gynecologic disorders such as endometriosis may undergo multiple invasive and surgical procedures to fully evaluate the problem. Laboratory test. Let us talk laboratory tests hereafter. Thank you very much.